welcome to Linux channel. See, if you are into any DIY network software and hardware development, especially wireless routers and stuff like that, today I am going to talk about various network modules, especially these PCIe or M.2 based Wi-Fi modules. And I can also talk about LTE modules as well. Currently I can't show them in this episode, so I just want to restrict myself with respect to Wi-Fi modules, which you get in the market, and sometimes you can buy the module alone and sometimes you can buy something like this. See, this one is AC 1200 Wi-Fi PCIe adapter. This is meant for personal computers, and as you can see here, it's a PCIe card which has this module inserted, and then it has this antennas and stuff which you can connect it in the header. So let me just quickly open it, and I kept this as a sample for this episode because it is quite easy to understand, and then we can walk through across various other options. So let me just unbox. You can see there. By the way, this is not any new device. This came long back, and I believe I have even swapped this module with the one which is in my laptop or something like that. I just don't remember. Since this I got it almost a year ago, so something I have worked on this, and I got it for my project, hence I just fully don't remember. You can see there, they provided all these antennas, and of course you can plug them and connect them and stuff like that. So it comes also with some connecting headers and stuff which is taken out. Okay, so hence it is not fully as it is. So you can see there. See, this is the module. Let me put it across the camera. You can see there. So this is the module. This one reads out as see, this came in this form factor. This is more like M.2 ish stuff. Okay, so this one, this module is from Intel. This is an Intel 7252 or something, because I can't read it because this plastic tab is on the way. Let me remove this plastic tab. Yeah, you can remove that way, and hopefully you should be able to see now. See, this is what the module looks like. Okay, you can see there. So this one is Intel 7265NGW. So this is the module. Again, I am saying there is no guarantee you buy this and you get this module. So this is a separate M.2 form factor module, and if you understand these type of modules, you can get it from any online websites including Amazon. Say for instance, we can browse through, and what is the interesting aspect is if you have any laptop, if you have any semi old laptop, see, let's take this as a sample. This is a fairly recent Lenovo laptop. So if you have any laptop, and let's assume it supports only Wi-Fi 5 standard, so then in case if you want to upgrade to Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 7, something like that, chances are you should able to get a module like this, and you should able to remove it and then replace with this module. And in case you are wondering, this laptop I have in fact swapped this with a different module. So I'm just going to open it and show you across, and then you will understand what I am talking about. So same thing is applicable if you are doing any DIY router, any pfSense router and something like that, or any OpenWRT router. You should able to do the same on your routing hardware. So it can be any mini PC or something like that. Okay, you can get it Intel NUC or something like that, that sort of form factor, and then you can also do some sort of a DIY stuff. So what we do is we go to Amazon and we can check Wi-Fi module. You can search something like this, and you should able to get the exact thing what we are looking about. So you can see there it is not showing the right one, so maybe you can try is mini PCIe. This will show a little bit older generation ones. So you can see that this is a bit old generation ones, and you will also get various connectors, adapters and stuff like that. Okay, so you can also buy something if your laptop is a old generation laptop, or otherwise you can also search for M.2 form factor. So you should able to get, you can see there something like this. So let's imagine we need to upgrade this one with some other model. All you can do is you can buy that module, and you can see that they are also giving those antennas, and in fact you can replace this with that, and you can connect those antennas, and you are good to go. So you can also do something like this. Okay, so in this case I have somewhere displaced that shielded antenna cables and all, but nevertheless you can see that they have given some sort of extension, so you need to use in conjunction with that. So that is what, and I don't think so it is in this box. So it's quite long back I have done some project, and it's been you can see that, yes, as you see here it is over here. These are called as PIC tiles. You will get it at any length, since it is from TP-Link and it's for this dedicated board, they have given this length pigtails. Okay, you can see there it's quite short, and this pigtails you can insert it over here, because this is where the antenna connector is. So hopefully you should able to see over here. Okay, you should able to insert this. You should be very gentle. These are not like old generation mini PCI type. These are very flimsy, very delicate. Okay, so it will be somewhat connected this way, and you get two of them, and in fact they have even given a securing nut and all, which I have taken out. So you get this, and then you can connect to this antenna connector. So let me move away. You can see there the camera should able to focus, so you should able to connect it over there. So this way the module you can use it. In this case you need an adapter, because this is not something which is classically supported on all PCs, especially this type of keying. These usually come with a key like this. You can see there A key, E key and stuff like this. So this is most of the times different than regular M.2 storage drives, okay, or SSDs. So you get this way. So in this case you can see it is wireless 8265, and of course if you do any swap of these modules on your laptop or your DIY routers, you need to install those corresponding drivers. And if you use OpenWRT, you can search for this controller. This is that Intel thing, right? So 7265 NGW. So you should able to get that KMod drivers, kernel drivers, and install them, so that you get this support in your OpenWRT router. So similarly you can do with pfSense also. Since I am not an expert of the real hardware based pfSense, I have used extensively pfSense for my VM routers. You can see there I use always pfSense as VM routers, but I never used it for as a real hardware router, so I am not sure about pfSense. And if you ask me, it is quite easy. You get support natively in Ubuntu. You don't need to do anything. So in case if you are replacing for a laptop, not a router, it's just a matter of install that hardware, and then you can restart, and you are good to go. And of course you can do some LS mode and stuff, or LS PCI and stuff, and you will get this model number or the controller number. From that you can see that what is the corresponding kernel driver you are supposed to get, especially in the case of Linux. Okay, so that's what it is. What we quickly do is we can also open this laptop, and we can check this form factor for you to better understand. I just need to pry it open. In fact, this laptop had once an hinge issue, and I got it, Lenovo authorized service guy visit to my place, and he have taken it out, and finally he had again taken it to his shop or the service center, authorized service center, and he have replaced this hinge. So that is something it happened. The unfortunate thing about this laptop is strangely you can't replace its RAM or upgrade its RAM. The reason is the RAM is soldered on this laptop, but strangely you can see here you should able to replace its Wi-Fi module. So you can see there, this is the Wi-Fi module which came along with this laptop. So hope you can see here, and you can see here this is the 512 GB Western Digital SSD. Okay, so this is the Lenovo laptop. So this one, if I check, so this contains the same Intel 8265 NGW. As I said, this is not the one which it came with. I was testing it out. This we sourced it from a different vendor. Then I need whatever is here. Since it is driver compatible, I need it in my other OpenWRT hardware. So I have replaced with that thing, and nevertheless hope you got an idea. This is the same form factor, obviously has this one. In fact, if this doesn't work for some reason, if the laptop module is faulty or it is not working for some reason, or you want to upgrade, then all you do is you remove this and buy a new one. You don't need those antennas. You can buy a new one, replace this, and you can reconnect this antenna cables. Okay, you can see there are a couple of antenna wires are there. Okay, you can see there. And of course, in case if the model is different, and in case if you use Windows, you need to take care of any drivers and stuff. Since I don't use much Windows, I am not aware the current state of the way you handle the driver. So the time when I was using XP and stuff, and of course Windows 11. But again, this is something not I frequently encountered. So in case if you use Windows, you need to check if you need to reinstall those drivers and stuff. So in the case of Linux, since you get the kernel with all possible drivers which are commonly available for that respective Ubuntu or any Linux, you install something which is of a recent spin. And in case if this hardware is older and the operating system or the distribution is newer, then you don't need to do anything. The kernel should have already the support. So hence it is quite seamless. You don't need to do anything. It will just pop up and you configure the new Wi-Fi device in the Linux configuration UI. Okay, so that's what it is. So that's about it. And another interesting thing about these modules, like I said, like I said, there are also exceptions. You may get some TP-Link or Xiaomi or some sort of ready-made routers like this. In case if you are interested, I have shot an extensive video episode on this my old Xiaomi router tear down of the same. And what I can do is I can just add over here so this is the tear down video of the same, and I have included some few micro shots as well. So I'm sorry, macro shots as well, as you can see here, close up of it. And in this case the same controllers will be more or less soldered onto the same, hence you may get it which is on board. And most of the times, in case if it is the same controller, the same thing, instead of a module, it should be soldered on that. But sometimes if you buy some sort of routers in AliExpress, the chances are even those routers will have some module like this, and it is not soldered onto the board. So in those routers as well, you can open it and then you can do some DIY stuff. Again, this I am not this video is not for an average home enthusiast. This is for somebody who is working in the industry, who is working in specifically network software and hardware development, somebody like me. And if you are doing any active product development, product architecture and stuff like that, then in case if you are wondering, if you are new to this, hopefully this video should be helpful for you to get to the next stage of exploring these options. Sometimes this can be even fitted in any sort of robot or anything like that. Okay, so this module can be there in any other third party hardware, and in case if you encounter something like that, and if you want to upgrade or something, you can check it out. And same way, let me just quickly iterate one more thing is same way you will get these kind of modules for LTEs as well. So in case if you are looking for any routers which is 4G based, 5G based, again you will get such modules. In fact, we can Google as not in Amazon, but generally we can Google, because Amazon have limited options. You won't get much LTE routers in LTE modules in Amazon. Okay, so LTE 4G module, hopefully you can see there. Again we can search as M.2 and you should get various modules like this. Some are quite popular like this QuickTel and stuff like that. Some are PCIe based, mini PCIe based, they are not M.2 based. Some, as you can see here, some are M.2 based, and these are somewhat niche, so some may tend to get quickly expensive, so be prepared for that. But anyway, if you are doing as a part of your company project, if you are a startup, you are doing some sort of a thing, then it should not be an issue. Okay, you can prototype, and then you can initially prototype your whole stuff, and later you can think about customizing your hardware by making your own custom hardware and stuff. So you can get these modules, and you can also get various kinds of adapters. As you see here, you will get also various kinds of adapters. Sometimes things like this, you need to connect it to a normal USB port, maybe type B or something, USB 2 or something, or USB 3, and then you can see there you can insert the SIM and thing, and this is quite quick and dirty way to get that prototype working. Okay, hence I'm giving this video will make sense who are working in this field. If you are a very new, if you are a student, you may not much understand, maybe this is not for you. Okay, but if you are in the industry and if you are working on some sort of project, then you will try to relate. And also you can get also like this, you can see there it takes a dual SIM cards, and it is a quite large module, may be compatible for that. So things like that. And same way, if you go to AliExpress, let's go to AliExpress and search over there, you will get a lot of options. But be aware of one more thing, sometimes you get anything from some dubious vendors, and this module may be a DOA. Okay, it may be a dead on arrival. This happens quite a lot. There will be a lot of non-working modules will be there, which these shady sellers may try to push it. These are like rejects. Okay, this may be a reject. They just try to push to the customers, because the return, replacement or refund is quite difficult when you get in other sources. It is quite easy in the case of Amazon, although even in Amazon not everything you can return, replace, so it is not quite easy. If you get it through other sources, be aware, sometimes you may get any DOAs. Okay, so be aware of that. And there are also cases where you need to go and you need to still further customize. Of course, this is not much is an issue for Wi-Fi modules. This is more of an issue for LTE based modules. So let me give an example. See, this one, as I said, it is Intel 8265. So 8265 module right? You can type that and you should able to get these modules. You can see there, right? So this is 8265 module, and you may get any fake ones and stuff like that. So be very careful, and before you purchase, just cross check, okay? Intel, and you should get, okay, yeah, you should get this entire kit as well, okay, entire antenna and stuff like that. So this is good in case if you are putting in a box, you can remove that this header, you can remove this header, but those antennas you can connect it externally to your box, and this module on the motherboard, something like that. So you can see that they give the entire kit. This is quite useful because you are also getting those pigtails, and these are quite long pigtails, unlike what I got it with this TP-Link. Yeah, whatever I showed with this TP-Link, unlike that you may get long pigtails, and also the compatible antennas. And in case if you get module alone and you don't get the antennas, be very careful, just buy the compatible antennas, otherwise you may have either no signal or a badly performing outcome. Okay, it may not have enough range, or it may fluctuate, it may disconnect and reconnect and stuff like that. So this is okay in case you are experimenting as the receiving end, I mean this kind of devices, but it is a terrible thing if you are doing any custom OpenWRT routers and stuff. Okay, so be aware of those things as well, and you can buy couple of them in case if something is not working. See, those pigtails are thin coax cables, so in case if it is not working, you can replace it with something else, and you need to do a lot of trial and error before it starts getting working. So first thing is getting the drivers up and getting the whole thing up and showing it in your if config. The other thing is this connectivity, long range, and performance and stuff like that. So you can get like that. Last but not least, before you take, especially this is not applicable for Wi-Fi modules, this is more applicable for 4G modules. Okay, so if you are buying any sort of, let's check 4G LTE module. Yeah, if you are getting any sort of, see, you can see there is one Sera and stuff like that. There are various 4G modules are there, and again these are M.2 type. Let me type as mini PCIe. So if you are getting anything like this, you can see that these are like old ones again. Okay, so these are quite old generation. So if you are getting anything like this, make sure first of all it is compatible in your country. Okay, so if you are buying it in APAC region, make sure the whatever, I'm not an expert in radio, but read the specs, read the data sheet of that vendor. If it is a Sera module, say for example this is a QuickTel module, and you can see there this is AAU. So copy this and check the data sheets. So check the data sheets and see that whether it is compatible in your respective country. Okay, so you have to do that. Some are generic one, like global one. It may have even a tag as G and stuff, which is somewhat compatible with many countries. Some are limited to few countries and stuff. It should not be an issue most of the times with this. Of course, with this wireless modules, but it is an issue with LTE and such mobile data communication modules actually. So same way, if you are experimenting the future 5G, again you can try this, but 5G you may not get it in mini PCI because of the performance and stuff. So most of the cases you may find it in M.2 form factor. Okay, so you can see there again you get various modules. Since 5G is relatively new, you may have not much options, and things are quite expensive and stuff, so the dust have to settle down. Once the product matures, you may get lot more vendors, lot more choices, and it will be also affordable. So I'm not sure about the 5G, I mean I'm talking about 5G LTE, not the 5G Wi-Fi. Okay, so in case if you are looking for, in the case of Wi-Fi, 5G is quite common these days. If you are looking for 6, then again you can tinker around, you can search, explore and get a Wi-Fi 6 module and you can experiment. Same case I may get in the future Wi-Fi 6 module and I may experiment, and I may even replace this laptop one or this one in order to experiment. Okay, so in case if you are working in this domain, if you have anything to discuss, I prefer you be in touch via mail, because we can exchange any pictures and stuff. If you are having a small question, of course you can discuss in YouTube comments. If it is quite long, lengthy and difficult to understand, perhaps you can I do consult as one time to my students, just like a one-time consulting. Of course you can come in that way as well. Okay, so that we can discuss and we can see that how it can be sorted out. Okay, so hope this video is useful. Thanks a lot for joining me. Stay tuned. Have a nice day. Bye bye.